We're going to continue on with the same idea. We're still writing equation of lines, but this time we're going to have a little bit more work because the point that we're given is not the y-intercept. So number 11 asks us to write the equation of a line that passes through this given point, and which is 2, 3, and it has a slope of 3. So now we're going to go ahead, just like we did on the last one with the graph, same idea. The slope of the original line is 3. We know the point 2, 3 is a point that's on this line. We're not looking for anything parallel or perpendicular at this point. We just want to actually write the equation of the line that goes to this point and has a slope of 3. So we start by putting it into point slope form, which is y minus the y value of the point, 3, equals slope, m, times x minus the x value of the point. And I'm going to do a lot of my work across now. I know it's not something we're as comfortable with, but I think you can do it, and you can kind of write it with me. So first thing I'm going to do is distribute. Y minus 3 on the left side does not change. On the right, I distribute that 3x and that 3 times minus 2 to get minus 6. We're almost there. We need to have y alone. So we're going to add 3 to get it alone. And finally, putting my answer right here on the right, when I add that 3 to the left side is y alone. On the right side, I have 3x. And then minus 6 plus 3 gives me minus 3. And here's my equation of the line that goes to the point 2, 3 and has a slope of 3. So now we're going to continue on looking at that exact equation. And it asks me to write an equation of the line that is parallel to this line above that passes to the point 1, 5. Okay, what do we know about parallel? Well, parallel tells me same slope. So my slope isn't going to change. I'm still going to have a slope of 3. And now we're going to go ahead and actually write the equation of this line. So we start with our point slope form. As always, we know slope, we know a point. So y minus the y value of this point equals slope times x minus the x value of this point. In this case, that x value is 1. And first step, to get to that slope-intercept form is always to distribute. So the left side doesn't change. We're still y minus 5. On the right side, I'm going to multiply 3 times the x and 3 times the minus 3 to get 3x minus 3. And then to get that y alone, I'm going to add this 5 to undo that minus 5, and then do that on the right side with its like term. And I'm going to get y equals 3x. Minus 3 and plus 5 gives me plus 2. Okay, we've wrote the equation for the line that is parallel to our original line that goes through the point 1, 5. Now we start a new problem. This next one is not related to the first two. It's a new problem. It says write the equation of a line that has a y-intercept of 0, negative 2 and a slope of 1/3. We say thank you. Since it gave me the y-intercept, I don't need to use point slope form. I'm going to use slope-intercept form. So we can right away say my equation is y equals slope 1/3 m, that's my m, times x, plus my b, in this case my y-intercept is negative 2. Whew, thank you. We don't have to do any work. We've got our equation. Now we want to take that equation, and find the line that's perpendicular to it. So it asks us to write the equation of the line that is perpendicular to the line above, that refers to this next one we just did, and has a y-intercept of 0, 3. Perpendicular, we know with perpendicular we need opposite, reciprocal slopes. So looking at my line above, my slope, it's written out here, is 1/3, as well as I see it in my problem of 1/3. So my new slope for this perpendicular line is opposite, was positive, now it's negative. Slope was 1/3, now I've got to take the reciprocal of that, flip it over to get 3 over 1, which is negative 3. And again, the writers of this sheet were feeling kind and gave us a y-intercept as opposed to just a general number. I have a slope and a y-intercept. I use slope-intercept form. I don't need to do all the work. I can say y equals m. negative 3 times x plus b, in this case, my b is 3. And I'm done. So we really have to pay close attention to the type of information I'm given. If I'm given information about slope and a general point, I need to use that point-slope form. If I'm given information about slope and an actual y-intercept, then I can go straight to slope-intercept form.